Hey guys, what is up? It's Kat here, and we have Mando episode 6 already. Literally, what? How? Like, when? How did this happen? Is it just me? I feel like we can all attest to this because others I've spoken to have voiced similar concern as to how quickly this season has just flown by. It can't just be me. Let me know if you feel like this season totally just flew by. Maybe it's because we went into this season expecting that the entirety of the premise was going to be Mando's journey to go to Mandalore, but then it all of a sudden happened in the second episode, which is fine, by the way. I've loved everything so far. I mean, maybe that's why it has gone by so fast, seemingly. So I'm not gonna complain. I'm just gonna appreciate it while we still have it. But this is episode 6, and then there's 2 episodes left after this, which I can't fathom, and it makes me sad because I feel like life is just better when Mandalorian is on, and like I said, this season has just truly been on another level. I feel like I'm really excited to see them kick it into high gear here, especially now that we have some sort of conflict at hand and some mission here for the Mandalorians. So I'm very curious as to how their objective is going to collide with this new predicament, seeing as the Mandalorians here are presumed guilty for the extraction of Moff Gideon. So we will see. I've loved hearing people's theories about whether they've been framed or whether it was perhaps like Bo-Katan's former accomplices such as Koska Reeves and whatnot. So maybe we'll find out. Who knows? Maybe we'll see Moff Gideon. I know his return has been highly anticipated this season, so I honestly have no idea like what is going to go down tonight. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Chapter 22. The Mandalorian visits an opulent world. Really intrigued by this thumbnail. Okay, let's get it. Let's get it. Oh God. OMG. I think that's Axe Woves. Yeah, it is!
We are not Imperial either. You see, we've been commissioned to track you down, Captain Shuggoth. The price is high, but we are very good at what we do. We were already hired by a certain Mon Calamari viceroy.
I won't go. I won't go. We love each other. I can't go back to that wretched palace.
Don't make us damage your girlfriend's pretty little ship.
Please go. I can't destroy everything I've built for a childish fling.
Is that all this was to you? I love you.
And I will always love you. I'll see you again.
I thought Mandalorians were honorable.
We are, kid. All it takes is a few credits.
Did they break out Gideon? Guns for hire! Let's go! Oh!
That's quite a fleet.
It took me a long time to assemble it. Axe Woves is their leader now. So I'd guess it's an independent world that hired them for protection.
Welcome to Plaza 15, the Outer Rim's only remaining direct democracy. You will be guided.
Welcome to Plaza 15.
Why do they have Imperial droids on an independent world?
Permission must be granted from High Senate for access to self-defense forces. Your presence has been requested by the leadership of the planetary democracy.
I'm afraid we have more pressing matters.
Do you think we're gonna have to blast our way out of here?
We'll find out.
Join us!
Is that who I think it is?
It's a party!
Yes!
Everyone, special guests!
Jack Black!
Sip, sip.
Is that Lizzo? What is going on?
I was once a facilities planning officer during the war, and thanks to the New Republic amnesty program, we fell in love. We fell in love.
What? I don't feel like this is real right now.
You really must see the view.
We have a problem. Yes?
A A droid problem.
What kind of droid problem?
I mean, nothing too serious at first. Unexpected power cycles, deleted task stacks, leading to injury.
Assault. Our charter forbids any standing army from entering our city. Our constables aren't even allowed to carry blasters.
You want us to eliminate your droid problem? Unlike my brethren outside your city walls, I am not a mercenary.
Would be viewed as an act of diplomacy between our two planets.
What do you think?
You had me at battle droids.
And others.
No way! Let's go! I've been waiting for his cameo.
Why not turn them all off? Who's in charge of that?
Citizens voted against any interruption in droid services. As citizens are no longer required to work, our society would collapse.
Then what do you want from us?
See what happens when you rely on droids.
Are you taking this personally?
Aww. He probs Mrs. Queel.
Hello? This is going nowhere.
I am Mandalorian Din Djarin, friend of Ugnaught Queel. Help us with our task. I have spoken.
Aw, Queel.
Your droids are wreaking havoc in the world above.
I assure you, the droids are not malfunctioning.
Citizens have been harmed.
I have spoken.
We're not in any way suggesting that your work is to blame. We know that Ugnaughts are considered the hardest working species in the galaxy.
Here are the locations of the droids you seek.
Thank you.
I haven't seen battle droids since the Clone Wars.
I have. They all look suspicious.
We're here on behalf of the Duchess to investigate the droid malfunctions.
Rest assured, I've had the entire line of loaders undergo maintenance protocols. I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Why's that?
Their base function was warfare.
I thought they were just checked out.
Sir? Excuse me, sir?
Oh!
Recertified, huh?
You should have left them alone.
Oh, shiz. Oh! Yo! Ow!
I found a spark pad. The resistor.
Sounds like a droid bar.
Let me do the talking in there. You kicking droids is really not helpful.
I don't think they get many of our kind here.
Is this the resistor?
This is
There has been a string of malfunctions that all point to this oil can.
planetary biological.
If you don't start answering questions, I'll yank your memory circuit and dissect it back at the lab.
Dude!
A word.
Stay where I can see you.
Just because the malfunctioning droids happen to visit here doesn't mean that this one is in on it.
We are worried that if these horrible incidents continue, we will be. That's why we need your help. We don't want to be replaced. We still have a lot to contribute. Here, droids are served nepenthe.
What's nepenthe? So nepenthe reprograms the droids that drink here?
It seems the malfunctioning droids all imbibed from the same batch.
These are the remains of the latest malfunctioning droid.
We're looking for programming subparticles.
What are the chances that they're still active?
Yo!
They're still active.
They're actually nanodroids.
How did nanodroids get into the nepenthe?
They were originally manufactured by the Techno Union. The chain title says it didn't arrive on Plazir through droid acquisitions. They were requisitioned by the security office.
Is that unusual?
There's no record of this transaction on the government registry. Our head of security,
Oh?
Commissioner Hellgate.
No, not Christopher Lloyd.
Commissioner, we have some questions for you. They didn't malfunction. You programmed them.
Everyone freeze! I never give up.
You're a separatist.
Separatist is a pejorative term. Count Dooku was a visionary. He was cut short in his prime by the Jedi and forces. Despicable. If that isn't the Quacta calling the stiffling slime.
I beg your pardon. I had a feeling you hated men.
I'm disappointed in you, Commissioner. I also give to you both our highest honor, the key to Plaisir. And to this little one, I grant knighthood.
You're their leader. They're going to follow you.
I'm not their leader anymore.
I'm scared.
Have you come back to join the mercenaries? It's no longer your fleet, is it?
Then I challenge you. One warrior to another.
Ow. Ow.
You must be the true leader of our people. You won't even take the Darksaber from him. He's the one you should be challenging. A misguided zealot possesses the blade.
Din Djarin took the creed and chose to walk the way.
The ruler of Mandalore must possess the Darksaber.
Then she shall have it.
It's not a gift to be given.
This blade was taken from me. Bo-Katan rescued me and slayed my captor. Would this blade then not belong to her?
It would.
Take it! Why do I want to cry right now? Well played, well played. They got us. They turned it around with that episode 2 caveat there, which we all had been debating and theorizing about. Like, does she technically? I mean, Din was disarmed and she took it, but she gave it back to him. But they pointedly, specifically emphasized that she willingly, gave it back to him. They just then glossed over it. So that's actually very sneaky. But I'm very glad that they acknowledged that, because that was obviously a talking point following the episode that we all noticed, and we're like, is that a technicality? Like, does it count? It's not exactly combat, but it's a loophole. Like, not that I'm disappointed that Din didn't really ever get a chance to, like, perfect his, combat with the Darksaber. We saw him learning to use it, and he never really kind of came into it. It was still cool watching him use it every time he would whip it out, but, I mean, we all saw it. We all saw the stark contrast in skill level between Bo-Katan and Din when she did seize it during episode 2, and she showed us how it really works. So as upset as I am that we never really got to see him, I guess, complete his journey with it, perhaps I guess that was a sign, like he never fully wielded it to its fullest capabilities. And, I guess perhaps there's symbolism in that, he was never meant to have it in the first place. I mean, I think we all were, I was salty. I was salty in the season 2 finale when, Din unknowingly, captures Gideon and claims the Darksaber and doesn't realize what he has done and throws a wrench in all of those plans for Bo-Katan, because she gets introduced into this show actively seeking the Darksaber Darksaber, so we're all rooting for her to get it back. And it was a very interesting approach to instead have, you know, the main protagonist claim and wield the Darksaber instead, despite the fact that we're still rooting for her. So I feel like that has been an internal conflict within the fandom since that altercation transpired with Moff Gideon and Din claimed the saber. So I'm kind of glad now it's been like put to rest a little bit. Like, I feel like I have closure knowing that Bo-Katan has it now, especially because that would have been the caveat. Like, okay, how is she going to be the one to rule Mandalore if she's Darksaberless? And I know a lot of us were thinking, well, what is the armorer trying to plan here? Is there an eventual, you know, duel going down between Din and Bo in the future? Is like the armorer have some malicious plot at hand here to try to pit the two of them against each other, because here she is setting Bo out on this quest to be the one to unite all of Mandalorians and retake their planet, knowing that Din is standing right there with the weapon she needs to actually have symbolic power. So now that's been resolved, which is exciting because now they can just go full steam ahead, and I can just stop worrying now about this Bo versus Din conflict that I feel like has been looming over the entirety of this season, and I've been genuinely concerned that we were gonna have to like take sides. I don't know if I wanted to see that, so I'm really glad that this is the direction it went. Glad we got to see her mercenaries again. No illusion as to whether or not they're the ones who had anything to do with Gideon, but I'm starting to think not, since it looks like they're a little bit preoccupied, and I just feel like they maybe would have made it a little bit more clear that they had been the ones to extract Gideon, or they're just making it intentionally vague and setting us up for like a plot twist down the line now that Bo and Din have rallied with them. She's got the Darksaber, they're, you know, honoring her power and her authority now. Like, that could be an interesting twist down the line now that they've all teamed up again. Oh, by the way, here's Moff Gideon that we put in like a little prison cell. Still no sign of Gideon, so they're really saving him for the very end. Overall though, definitely a wild episode. I was like so taken out seeing Jack Black and then realizing that Lizzo was there as well, and Christopher Lloyd, all of the cameos, literally, and of course Bryce Dallas Howard. I mean, everything she touches, she is fabulous. So this was very fun and definitely kind of a change of pace, but I just felt like I was like not real life, like watching Jack Black in Star Wars. Like, let's effing go. But it also had very great like Clone Wars vibes, like a battle droid in action again, and Din literally running lightning speed to chase one down. That was extremely fun. But also just the whole nature of this episode, you know, the kind of the chase, the investigation, the mysteries, the clues. It felt very just in tune with good old-fashioned nostalgia of the Clone Wars, which I really enjoyed. But yeah, I really like where this leaves us off now, because I feel like all loose ends have been tied up now that Bo has the Darksaber, and I think they're poising us in a very nice position here where we can go into the final 2 episodes. I'm pretty sure now we have officially seen every shot from the trailer, which frankly I'm really actually surprised that they were showing, you know, snippets from episode 6. Even I feel like that's been unusual for Mandalorian trailers. But now I think we've officially seen everything, so I think going forward here into the final 2 episodes, it's kind of going in blind. Like, anything could happen at this point now that the loose ends have been a little bit tied up, and there's still the looming threat of Moff Gideon and the Mandalorians presumably maybe breaking him out or being framed. Who knows what's gonna happen? Let me know what you guys think, if you think Axe Woves and the mercenaries here had anything to do with that, or if they are innocent and did not extract Gideon. I'm curious. What do you guys think? I feel like, I mean, it could be interesting either way. Thank you guys as always so much for watching, and I will see you guys again very, very soon. Bye guys.